But your particular personality probably benefits
Honestly.
more a host. Now, what I don't understand is why has no one stepped up on your Facebook? You made that post a while ago, and all your so-called friends. This is online. You don't have to be in Austin. You don't have to be in Austin,
Rich. There's one person that reached out,
and
Nathan.
it's one once a week
I don't know if
for one.
I'll go ahead.
It's once a week for 1 hour. What you got doing? What's going on?
Thank you, Lee. Thank you.
Fake friends.
Oh wait, this is it. Turn on camera.
Uh,
Allow.
hey!
Can you hear me? Is everything fine?
Yeah.
Bro, does this thing work?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I'm gonna get a new one after this. I'm gonna order it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but now you sound all blown up.
Now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear anything. Okay.
What?
Welcome back to Into the Dawn! We're back! Today, finally back. We're back. Today we're here with Lee, the one and only. No audio issues, but what's up, Lee?
Trey, I've been trying to get on this podcast for years.
Yeah.
Finally, I'm here.
Yes. But you only messaged
Yeah.
me like 3 weeks ago. So, but it's all good. Kidding.
When's the last time I've seen you, Trey?
Like what? High
10
school?
years?
High school? 10 years?
Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I recently, I don't know who followed who or whatever on Facebook, and I'm like, oh my God. There's a lot of people where I'm like, I completely forgot. No offense, I completely forgot they existed. It's just, we all went our own ways. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember sometimes people, which I didn't see it all. Back in the day, people were like, oh yeah, they kind of look alike. Did you ever get that? And I'm like, I don't really.
What do you mean?
You and I.
Did we? Me and you?
Yeah, do you not remember that?
No. I remember like I used to look like some guy named Robert back in the day. But I never got that we look alike.
I've heard that so many times. I'm like, no, I don't think so.
From who?
But anyway,
From high school or like middle school? Or
it was
elementary
continu-
school? We were the same all three, right?
Mhm. It was continuous. Anyway, so I saw you on Facebook, like, okay, and I was like, oh, he has a podcast. Okay, cool. Because I have my. Can you hear this? Is this bad?
No.
AC?
No, I can't hear it. Lee, you're good.
The AC, like it's not picking up anything.
No. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Okay, because this microphone, I tried to do it the other day, and it was picking up like my cat's water fountain, and it sounded like a waterfall.
Well, we talked
And
about
so-
it because your gain was too high. That's why.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I saw, and I was like, oh, he has a podcast, and I have a few podcasts I listen to, and you know how like I don't know if you do too, but you know how like whenever like you listen, you've exhausted all of your podcast episodes for the week,
Yeah.
and it's like I need to do dishes, I need to listen to something,
Yeah.
and so I was like, oh, I have another one, and I found yours, and it gets trippy. It gets wild. What is going on? What is it? So tell me about this podcast because I still
Okay,
don't.
so tell me which era, because originally, like, when this podcast started, it was during the pandy wandy, the COVID, whatever.
That's when you started.
Yeah, that's when we started. Well, the idea, I've always had the idea. Me and Joel, back in the day, we wanted to start a YouTube channel, like fitness, big old thing. But we didn't have the technology like it is now. Like FaceTime wasn't a thing. Discord wasn't a thing. Good audio mics wasn't a thing. We literally just had a iPad. That's it. That's what we used to record, edit videos on, and then we just got busy, and then we just never did. And then eventually, the idea of starting a podcast and always like talking on a computer has always been a thing that I've been comfortable doing. I don't know why. Like in person, in real life, I'm not as talkative, more like, like I'm not more to be like expressive, sociable, like butterfly, more like to myself. But I feel like being in front of a camera in a comfortable situation, I'm more comfortable to talk, if that makes any sense. So I've always wanted to, like I said, been listening to podcasts. It's like, yeah, that's cool. That'd be cool to do, to do one and kind of go back sometimes. And it's like, hey, what was I thinking like during that time? What was, and now you can look back and see like, okay, that's how it all played out. That was cool. Or man, you're an idiot. You're overthinking, and, you know, but then finally got all the equipment to do the podcast. I asked my sister, hey, you want to join me this podcast, right? And she said, yeah. And then boom, we just started podcast. And then eventually her boyfriend moved up, Justin from Austin. And then we started to go from the podcast from there. And then we go off and on. And then we actually set up a studio type thing.
I saw. Yeah.
In a 2-bedroom apartment, the dining room area, we literally I bought a table, bought 3 mics, bought a whole setup. We used our phones, kind of like have a camera, to have a 3 camera setup. It was pretty crazy that it worked for the quality that it worked. And then just made this massive set. And then after that, kind of, that's when the pandemic get kind of hard on everybody, and we decided kind of had to we didn't have the time. Well, me personally, not have the time to really sit down and edit a video like for hours and hours on end when I'm coming home from work, just dead tired. And then we get into the other era, the final era, the era that we're in right now. Well, the interview, like me, like interviewing friends and interviewing people, and then my solo run, and it's definitely been it's been tough. It's been tough because it's in a way it's tough. It's tough not to be insecure when you're like talking to a camera by yourself, and then like talking to a camera by yourself for like 2 hours or an hour and a half, and then having to edit said video for 4 to 5 hours, and like trying to make it interesting and trying to keep people engaged and not trying to sound like a moron. Because I've noticed like things when I say, like, for example, like head movement, I do that. That's anxiety. I'm like nervous.
I don't think I mind the hand movements. Maybe like sometimes,
Yeah,
but I
say it a lot.
I didn't notice. But yeah, I came in. I don't know. I was like, oh, Facebook. Oh, he has a podcast. Let's see what's going on. And it was just like random. I think it was just like I saw one, and then the YouTube algorithm or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of just pops them up. So it was random. So I was like, sometimes you'd be with those 2 people. I'm like, who knows who these people are? But then I think I picked up it was your sister and some guy, maybe like her boyfriend. I didn't figure it out. And then it was sometimes you alone. And then I saw the one with Joelle, and I was like, Joelle got on here before I did, which makes sense because we're. And then sometimes I'd be like, okay. And then on the ones where you're alone, I put it on because I need something. No offense, you're like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th option or whatever, and I'm like vacuuming.
Made the list.
Vacuuming, doing my thing, and I'm like, what is he talking about? What is going on? Did I miss something? What? But you know what? That's all. Like, you know what? I need to get on. I need to be a guest.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah.
You need to make sense of everything.
How have you been?
I've been good, man. Been right now. Like I've just been like kind of stressed out this entire month.
Where are you?
Huh? Because
Where are you? I said.
Oh, Austin. Where are you at? You're not in Austin. New York City.
Yeah, I lived in Austin for like 3, maybe 4 years, and then in 2017 I left. and then shortly after I came here to New York City. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, been here for like 3 years already.
Why New York? Why New York?
I came to do a master's in public health and epidemiology, and then I got a job at one of the hospitals here, a big hospital, and so I'm here. Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Damn. How's
Yeah.
I gotta ask, how's the pizza? How's the Italian food, huh? Is it good? Yeah, they got gabagool? How's they got gabagool?
Stop that. The pizza's amazing. Yeah, there's a pizza like on every corner, pizza place on every corner, and it's awesome. But yeah, I love it here. There's so much to do. My apartment is a closet, but it's New York City, so it's like the point is the city, not your place. But
Yeah.
I remember first moving here, my first apartment. It was bad. It was really bad. This one's kind of cute. This one's fine. But it was very small, and there was like a little square of a counter. I don't know, like in Texas, we have like, this is weird to say. I always bring it up. We have huge counters. We have so much counter space. And if you're poor here, then you don't have much counter space. I mean, I'm sure some of the well-off people have some counters, but
counter
now
space.
Counter space is a big thing.
Big, like, yeah, counter space.
Yeah, but yeah, I love it. After this, I know it's a good day, so I'm gonna go ride a bike in Central Park. Yeah.
So New York,
So, yeah.
it's more
But
like outside.
But I will say though, often I was like, oh, I miss Austin a lot. Sometimes, some things.
I don't.
What?
I live here, and I don't.
What area in Austin do you live?
Oh, sorry.
We can bleep it. Just say it.
Well, like northern Austin, like.
I don't mind.
I bleeped it. I bleeped it. They don't know what's it.
That's the same thing. It's just on that side.
Not. You cannot compare.
You don't like it? What's going on?
Well, to get back to what we're saying, it's because recently my sister she had surgery that had break her jaw and kind of like fix things. So I was kind of like nervous, and then I don't know. Right now, I'm in a situation where it's basically I have the choice to either fold, hold, or go all in. Because right now I feel like I don't know. I feel like if I don't, I feel like a spoiled brat. Like if I even mention it, like an ungrateful person. Because then I know people right now are going through. Some people are going through a tough time, but right now it's like that place I'm living right now. It's not a closet size, but it's still, for how much money I'm paying for it. I'm sure it's just, big counter space though. Big counter space. It's literally the whole kitchen.
Perspective, right? Yeah, I mean, still.
But it's But it's a matter of okay, now like a big life decision for myself is what do I want to do? And I'm at a point I don't know whether I want to stay here another year, pack up, move somewhere else, or go all in and buy a house. But even with that, it's still, I feel like it's adding more stress to myself. And I feel like if I go and buy a house, I'm gonna be working all the time. Like I had a thought this past week, a couple weeks ago, and after like I got the real numbers of like, hey, this is how much it's gonna cost to buy a house. It's how much you're gonna be paying for the mortgage. This is how your income tax and property tax, HOA fees, blah 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 blah, all that adult stuff. And I thought to myself, like, man, do I really want to buy a house? And looking at my life, like, man, I really should be enjoying this a lot more. Like, I find myself just working and not really embracing, the outside life, like going outside, meeting people. Like, I took a vacation before the last podcast to go visit my brother. And my first time flying, by the way. First time on a plane. First time.
Where?
The Wisconsin.
Hell, swear. Okay.
Wisconsin.
Good. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's nowhere like, dude, I like the
Madison?
countryside. Huh?
Madison. I don't know anything other than like maybe
Yeah.
Madison. Madison's in Wisconsin, right?
Mhm.
Cheese, perhaps.
Cheese, good
Is
beer.
that,
Good,
is that Minnesota? I don't know.
no,
Whatever.
it's
It's
Wisconsin.
okay.
Basically, when it comes down to Wisconsin, like medicine, it is great beer, great people, great cheese. Like the city itself, it's weird because it's a city, right? But it doesn't smell like piss. There's no like homeless anywhere. It feels very clean for a city. Um, and I liked it there, but I don't know if I would like move there. It's a big, like in a way, it feels like the valley in a way we were. It feels like nothing ever happens. There's nothing but country roads, flatlands, all that, all that good stuff. But just no Mexican food, rip. Yeah.
um. Well, I mean, it sounds like. I mean, do you like what you do? Do you feel like you want to change in that too?
Oh yeah, no, I absolutely. I can't say. Sorry, it's the first time I'm turning on the microphone where I can hear myself, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like delayed. But no, I enjoy what I do. Like it's not the job itself. I did have a thought of like changing like what position I'm doing, but the job itself, it's definitely a spot that I can retire in. It's definitely I don't have to worry about like again I feel like a douchebag kind of bragging about like hours and stuff like that. But
Huge.
it's like man, it's like I feel like I'm set up to enjoy things around, and I feel like it's something within myself that I'm not doing. I'm not having the. I'm not that I don't have time. I'm just not making time to go and do those things. But it's. I feel
It's
like it's more of a me thing, not
it
life
sounds
thing.
like a new thing. It sounds like it takes effort.
It does.
It takes
Like,
effort on your end. You got to go. Maybe you're a little tired, and that's enough for you to be like, I'm going to stay in. But you got to push yourself to go out and enjoy it. Otherwise, people. I mean, on Facebook and then like in general, people like die at any time, Trey.
yeah, dude.
And sometimes I like to think about that, so I'm like, I gotta go out. I gotta do something. I gotta do this. I'm gonna go out and see if I'm gonna go out for a walk. But I get you. It's really hard to just kind of because I don't know if I don't know if you want to, but that you deep down you do or whatever.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's like hard work to kind of get yourself out there and put yourself out there. Um, do you have friends in Austin?
Used to, and then they moved, and then
So no.
no. So it's just been on the grind, nose to grass down, work, 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 work. And the people that I used to know, like from work, but they're more like party animals, and I'm like, don't want to do that. I don't want to go out there and do something stupid and then end up doing something foolish. Like, but to what you said earlier about like noticing like a lot of people that we know like passing away, unfortunately, that that is a reality. I think when it comes to people that we know and we just school with, I mean, then the number's been a little too high.
Yeah.
A little too high, and it's kind of to say that it hasn't affected the way I've been thinking. Like you said, like I'm gonna go for a walk. I gotta make an effort. It's tough not to, keep using that as just like okay, now I need to go. I need to enjoy life.
Yeah, I just people. Yeah, now that I think about it, you're right. Like, kind of a couple of people recently
Mhm.
for you and I, and it's kind of just eye opening. It's really sad, and it's like, but it really could just happen at any time,
Yeah,
And that's not like a spiritual religion. It's just like facts,
the reality,
you know.
reality of
And
things.
so it's like, yeah, but it's sad. Yeah. Anyway, I don't. We won't get into that because it's
Yeah,
just
no, yeah, it's yeah.
But anyway, okay, all right. Well, what about after the pod? Go out there and do something.
Before the pod, like I actually did some things that I wasn't. I mean, that I'm not. Well, before the podcast, like this afternoon, like morning when I woke up, went for a walk, went to the gym, went to go say hi to some people. Maybe just walk around like a Target or HB, do some shopping or whatever. Like, there's moments where people like look at you and then look away. I made a point. Like, anytime somebody makes eye contact with me, I'm like, hey, what's up? How's it going? You know what I mean? like like say hi to some people, like make contact, like put a smile on. Like I'm putting effort, that way, little by little, like because I've had the habit of going like all in and stuff like that, but I've been trying to take
Oh,
things small.
is that weird? Is that weird for people
What?
going all in immediately?
Or like
Or
saying
what
like,
do you mean
hi,
all in?
you and me are friends now. We're gonna have soft tacos later. Okay, that'd be kind of weird, It's like,
Okay. All
but I
right.
am
Well,
trying, but like I said, I get your point.
yeah. Before the pod, this happened before you went live. I was like, what are we going to talk about? And I was thinking back then, I guess we do go all the way, but I didn't remember elementary, but we do. And then
Yeah,
middle school,
middle school, high school,
football.
football,
Okay.
right?
You and I probably have very different feelings about about football in middle school and high school.
Oh
But
yeah,
we were connected through that, and then probably not much else. It was
No.
fine. We weren't the closest, but so we were friends.
yeah. I feel like, well, it's just come from my perspective. Like from going,
Yeah,
from
yeah, 'cause
from
I'm the opposite.
from elementary school, we were cool. I felt like middle school we were cool, but then I felt like you were annoyed by me. And then high school, I feel like you
No,
were cool. We would say hi, and then you feel like you would be annoyed
annoyed.
because I feel like you saw me do something, and then you were like, "Idiot! Don't do that! Don't do that!" But I feel like at the time I was just like, "Yeah, yeah,
Interesting. You know the way kind of like we feel things so intensely when we're young. You know what I mean? Like
yeah."
so dramatically. But I wonder, like, I mean, I don't feel like I was ever annoyed with you, but who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? We were all stupid back then. But yeah, no, and I only just have like positive memories of you. I don't really
Yeah.
think of like
There's
neutral or
like
positive.
like when I say annoyed, I mean like in a good way. Like you're more they were there. You weren't afraid to share your opinion. You weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean. I didn't mean like you're just like
Yeah, but I gotta say, like, I was listening to you and Joel, like, go back and like the memory. Oh, I hated football. I hated it. I hated it so much.
you played middle school,
And-
right?
huh?
You played middle school, right? Not high school. You played high school, right? Yeah, you
I
did.
think
I forgot. Yeah, because it was track. I feel like track. You got the L Rod, Lee Rod, and then there's someone else. R Rod.
what in the world? I played in high school.
I remember. It's coming back to me, Lee. Sorry. Look, listen. Like I don't think about high school football because we graduated. Okay. I felt so bad because my parents were like, "Not watching the Battle of the Euro." I'm like, "No, I graduated." Why would
I thought you were super like back then. I think you really enjoyed it. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I remember maybe like most people did. I did not. I hated practice.
The process.
The coaches. Okay, bleep the name. So like
Oh yeah.
I could not roll my eyes enough that like the forced machismo, it was just too much. And then
That was the whole coaching staff. The force machismo.
no, not everybody. There was
Mm, mm,
well, but he was like I just
yeah.
I can't stand that kind of personality. And it was just like
Yeah.
I only stayed in it because like in high school you kind of want to like fit in, you kind of want to do what's like people are
Yeah.
doing to an extent, and then that was one of my main reasons for playing football.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy it, but I did get a lot out of it, like workouts
Mhm.
and teamwork and like all the qualities you get from being on a team.
Yeah.
But I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it at all. I liked the drag, the football. I liked wearing the uniforms. That was
Yeah.
it. I liked the theater of it. I didn't really like football. I didn't.
Mhm.
It was, and I quit. I wasn't in football like senior year.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you remember.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
what I remember. Yeah. The senior year, that's what his machismo drama kind of like spilled over. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
season.
ew, yeah. Ugh, God, I cannot. And I did not. And my mom got into like a couple arguments with him. And, like, oh, I'm not scared of you. Like, cause anyway, but yeah, I remember in senior year, there was a physics, Dr. Jordan, physics professor,
Mhm.
a physics teacher, and he was offering like, a physics 2 class or physics, whatever, like he'd never done before. He's like, but you have to quit football if you want to do it. I'm like, done. Done. And there was like only like 4 or 5 people in there.
Jeez.
But yeah, I was
Mr. Bonda. Remember Mr. Bonda?
Mr. Bonda.
Yeah.
I remember the name. I don't think I can't even remember the face.
Icon, a legend within legend. I heard when we graduated next year, he got hit by a school bus and got out.
Is that a joke?
That's a real story. That's a real story. That is legend.
That sounds like one of those what is
Chuck Norris jokes.
What's that? Huh?
Like Chuck Norris jokes?
Yes, that's exactly what I was. It's so stupid. No, but he got up.
To your point, like the only reason I enjoyed football because it's not because it was live, not because that's the only thing I really do, but that's I guess the only way I knew how to make friends. That's how I met, people like you, Joel, especially Joel, like Keith and like everybody. That's how I met everybody. Because I feel like I had a hard time fitting in because I feel like in elementary school I was still on that Adderall pills, and I felt like people were. I guess like in elementary school, I guess my ADHD was like full immersed, and teachers thought I was kind of special, but it was just they put
were you on Adderall?
Yeah, I think third and fourth. Because I think
okay.
I think in third grade, I think my ADHD got to the point so bad where they put me in one of the special classes. Go to school, coloring books and stuff like that.
So even like the max dose didn't work out for you?
It did, but I felt like I wasn't myself, dude. Like I didn't talk. I was really quiet. Like I didn't like it got so bad to a point like me and my family would take a trip to like Sutterbond, and halfway through the trip to the island, they thought they forgot me because I was just quiet, did not move, just
okay. I'm gonna get up, cut this part from the video.
Okay.
Cut.
Who needs health care when you have health fair?
Recently diagnosed with adult ADHD, but recent,
Yeah.
but in like a less severe form. I don't take Adderall. I take a Focalin, which is like, I think Adderall has like 4 amphetamine salts and Focalin only has 1.
Yeah.
But yeah, brothers.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and I had no idea.
Like we're the same person.
Oh yeah, we're exactly the same. Yeah, and another okay, you might want to cut this. Okay, another thing I remember about you is that when we did deadlifts, you made it a point to make sure to completely strip your epithelial surface of your shins every time.
Yeah. Meathead, dude.
Oh, I hated that.
Meathead.
Oh, I hated it. Oh, I hated it. Sorry, I've been sick all week.
The same, like you can hear my voice. I'm sick. So sorry.
That's like the voice.
Yeah, my voice is still stuffed up.
This cute little house, like 5 minutes south of Town Lake is. Town Lake, is that what they call it? Ladybird Lake, but original Austin people they used to call it Town Lake. And do you ever go kayak in there?
I wanted to, like before.
Oh,
listen, before this is before 2018. 2017, 2018, I will go to Town Lake every time. Go running, go social, hang out with the bats, go to South Congress, go to Home Slice, go chill down there, and go just try to embrace the Austin lifestyle. But the day I was the following year, 2019 into 2020, I was gonna say, okay, now I'm gonna go kayak, and then the whole thing happened, and then they allowed homeless to roam around, and then Ladybird Lake changed forever. But it's good now. But before it just was bad for a while.
I used to run in that trail around the lake.
Yeah,
it's a very good trail. I miss it. I miss Austin. People that are there just don't appreciate it. They don't
lately, know. Like you understand, like there's no like. Welcome to the local Austin bitching part of the podcast. Thank you for joining. But like, dude, it's just nobody. There's no more. Like I met people like from actual Austinites. They're the coolest people ever. Like They don't care. They're chill. But it's like people that are not from Austin, just dicks. Like, yeah, they don't appreciate it, Lee. They don't appreciate. There's so many new skyscrapers now.
They don't appreciate shit.
So we can't have nice things. They don't appreciate shit.
It's okay. So when is this pod going to come out?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So it'll be November 1st. Everyone, it's October 30th, and Halloween is tomorrow. So we're not going to make this a Halloween pod. But did you do anything yesterday? Are you going to do anything tomorrow?
No. Well, I've been sick. So yesterday, what I did, just went to work.
Yeah.
Got to make the money because of rent. And I felt bad because I was training somebody and sick, coughing. So I was trying to hide my cough, but it didn't really work. So I kind of felt bad. But didn't do anything. I got out like on 4-3ish. I was like, hey, I'm going to go and do something. But then I was like, fell asleep. Fell asleep for like 10 hours. Didn't wake up. Went to sleep like at 5. Didn't wake up till like 9 today. Been tired. I'm sick. And then today I woke up. I was like, no, got to go up. Got to be active. Got to do something.
Can we get real for a second? Trey, can we get real for a second?
We've been real. Break the kayfabe. Let's go. Break the fourth one down. What's going on, Lee?
Are you depressed?
I wouldn't say like sad depressed, but
No.
I've been depressed. I like realness, breaking realness now. I've been in therapy. Been seeing a therapist for about like close to 7 months now. And it's just been like talking about some things. Like I've been really made a promise of when I'm 30, I spent like my 20s taking care of like my buffness, my physical body, and then kind of let my mentals go to shit. But then now I'm like, okay, now let's kind of take care of the mentals first. And if I get buff again, I don't. It's fine. I'll just be comfortably huggable.
So you're fat right now too.
I'm kind of fat. You know what I mean? It's what it is.
Sponsored. Now let me ask you: are you seeing progress?
Of like mentals or physical?
Yeah. With your therapist?
I would say yes. Like I said, it's more of a point. Like I said, I'm actually saying hello to people when they look at me. Making a point to actually have a conversation in person. Definitely progress. Me, like I said, for the longest times, like I tried to mention it in like podcast before, the two before, of how I always felt angry. Like I always felt. I did. Like, I don't know. For whatever reason, like, I always felt like there's anger. There was this motivation to kind of like prove everybody wrong. The world's against me, yada, 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 yada. But then now it's like, no, it's not the truth, man. It's in your own head. You think too much. It's ADHD or whatever. But really,
not that important.
Like, huh? Yeah, not that important. I'm just some guy. There's some guys talking on podcasts. But
yeah.
Because like,
no,
go ahead.
Okay. I just want to make sure because, a lot of people sometimes they don't realize that it's both ways. It's like dating with finding a therapist. So if you're not vibing or you're not seeing anything, it's not working. Sometimes people are like, "Oh, I tried therapy, it didn't work," but sometimes it was just the therapist themselves. But if you see a progress, then all right,
no, it's progress. But it took a lot. It's for me to see a therapist. Definitely, was my sister because she was first. It was on a podcast. I don't know which one we did. She mentioned therapist to me. Then I kind of was like, don't need it. I don't need to see a therapist. I'll figure it out. And then, but she kept like every day, go see a therapist, go see a therapist. And eventually now I'm in therapy. And it was like, okay, yeah, same progress. But yeah, like it's definitely a unique thing, especially doing a podcast and like content creating and putting yourself out there like that. Because it's tough not to be so hard on yourself when you see like the actual numbers of a podcast that you see like, I guess they didn't like it, or there's no engagement, or blah, blah, blah. And you get people like, whoa, you got to make TikToks. You got to make short form things. I'm like, man, I don't know. I'm just doing this for fun,
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I can see both your side and their side being correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you are worried about the numbers, then maybe you got to advertise a little more. Do you have Instagram? Put it on Instagram.
We did have an Instagram, but it's just lazily. Like
okay. You know what? We don't have to get into this. We can keep vibing.
No.
Not this last part. We're criticizing your podcast right now.
Okay, now this is how we make the podcast better.
Hey, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking orange soda. Ooh, big whoop.
Favorite.
You're gonna turn into a teddy bear? I'm holding it.
Orange soda, huh? Hey, what else is orange?
Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its!
What the?
Cheez-Its!
Fuck!
What did what? Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Nobody's fault.
Drama. Who didn't like you in high school?
Well,
Who didn't you like in high school?
I didn't. I know I got along with everybody.
Oh, I hate that answer.
But the drama happened with people from that's a go and try to dox or try to bring up old wounds, but the drama and stuff.
Listen, you and
I've had people.
We have nothing else to talk about. You and I can only talk about high school.
But yeah, but then there's in between high school, the college stuff. But I guess let's just go back to high school. But
yeah.
no, my drama was mainly with people who were from med tech, med high. Those people.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of nonsense? Well, okay, go on.
Well, I'm not gonna. Feel like it's
Say their names. Say their names.
basically it was a relationship that basically formed. I'm being vague because I don't want to talk about it. Like it's Halloween, I guess we can talk about it because it's bringing back things from the dead. But it's basically the one that got away. That one that people we have relationships with. Things that we say when we're young. It's dumb. Big fight. That evolved. That whole group. So they amplified it and made it worse. Especially
They factor into I'm so confused. First of all, they were the worst. You know what? Here's what I will say.
Yeah,
They're probably great people now. They're probably everyone sucks in high school. Everyone's a piece of shit. And if you weren't, then somehow you were ahead of your time. And I'm sure they're great people now. I'm sure they're great. Will Roundtree, the most annoying piece of shit. Who was his other friend? God, they were just so annoying to me. At the time, they were just very obnoxious. And I don't know if there was another person in the group, maybe not. It was just like at the time in high school, I didn't enjoy them.
Say no.
This is really no.
It's a podcast with many cuts. This is why it's Halloween podcast because there's cuts.
Okay, yeah. I mean, cool. I thought it was a call out podcast. I thought we could call people out.
Who are you calling out?
I thought we were gonna just go down the list. We're gonna open the yearbook and go down the people that wronged us. Both of us.
I wish I had a yearbook.
I don't have that. My mom has every single little piece of memory since kindergarten in a trunk. She has everything. Yeah, so I mean, we can get her on the line, and she can hold it up for us. We can go. Yeah, I don't.
Bring it around town.
Whatever that means in high school, and I wasn't even a podcast.
Everybody in middle school, from elementary school, right?
Elementary school? Okay, come on.
Elementary school, from elementary school, middle school, especially in middle school. Everyone was talking about Lee's party. Oh my God, Lee's party was so cool. I never got invited. That's all. First of all, I said, it was Ryan. We heard from Ryan on Monday or Tuesday. He'd be like, dude, Lee's party. We were here about it. We never got invited. Me and Joel never got invited. What we did, me and Joel, we would walk down, go to Little Caesars K, and then we just play video games. That's it.
That sounds like fun. Sounds like a lot more fun than a stupid party with like annoying kids. It felt packed in every room.
Never got invited.
I don't know if that's true, but anyway.
Lee exposed in 4K never invited me to middle school. Boom, we got him.
No, you're exposed that you're the one that needs an invitation. Otherwise, you feel miffed.
I never knew about it. And plus, if I did know about it, I didn't know where you lived. I know me and Joel never knew.
Everyone knew. Get Joel on the phone. Get Joel on the phone. I bet. I know he went to at least one of them.
All right, let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I can get him.
Speaker. I bet he's not gonna answer. He's a married man now.
Yeah, married, mad, 2 kids. Want me to ask
Oh
him?
my god. Yeah, put him on speaker. Put him on the thing.
Yeah, you hear him?
Tell me on the podcast. Don't ambush like that. Just tell me on the podcast first.
You hear it?
Yeah.
When you ask him?
No, you ask him. Damn.
Damn.
Okay. Damn.
Damn. You can say.
Catholicism. Let me tell you something about Catholicism, Trey, right now. Um,
Speak your
there
word.
was a predator. Okay, so did I partake in these little Catholic games in high school? Sure, because I was impressionable, and it's like also your whole family is doing it. And I think I went on. I say I think I went on one of those retreats. Do you remember the ones? Acts.
Yeah, y'all kept talking about it. I knew about Mike. Yeah, yeah. I knew
What I really wanted out of that retreat was the necklace, and you only get it when you get back. I
Yeah.
really wanted that necklace,
They would
but
always
again,
fly.
like your friends are a part of it or whatever, and I went for a weekend. But period, whatever. The point is, and then I would go to like church, like the communion thing or whatever. There was a teacher. There was a teacher, gross, older, not old, but older, out of shape, if what I can remember, predatory guy. And this is this is when I think it's just I just can't stand by religion. Maybe, the idea itself is fine as long as you keep it to yourself.
Mhm.
Don't try to make policy on it. Don't try to force it on me. And also don't let it be a breeding ground of all these freaks. But I remember like this guy, like I remember he like do you remember Miranda? Yeah, she's in band. You don't know anybody from band.
I know Miranda. We met her.
Once.
Met her.
I think we
Okay,
were like
twice.
at a
I met her
party.
twice because of
Like,
Bahima, but that's a whole different story.
oh, Bahima. Yeah, he like followed me. It was creepy, and like we had to like run through the woods and like escape from him. It was it was a whole traumatic event. But yeah,
Whoa.
Catholic, Valley, the religion, bye. It took me a while to get it. Like, not really for me.
That
Not for me.
sounds
I guess for you, it's
lovely.
good for you. Good for you. If that's what you need, if that's what you like, if that's what helps you, good for you.
I mean, how are you gonna drop a bomb like that and just walk away? So he chased you through the woods?
Okay, so a part of this memory is blacked out. But yeah, it was like I remember he was like stalking me on Facebook, and it was just so creepy. It was creepy, and this is where it kind of gets weird because okay, I don't know, you probably know, but in college, I came out in college. I came out in college as gay, whatever. This had like nothing to do with that. Like at the time, I didn't know whatever, and this was nothing to do with that. It was still like a predatory older person going for a younger, let's just say older person, younger person. Forget about male, boy, girl,
Yeah, yeah.
boy. It was just very creepy and it was not cool. And I remember, I don't know, Miranda and I were at the park at uh, what's that big long trail? It's a very
McKelvey?
long trail. McKelvey Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was we were like in this, I don't know, he was there and he followed us into the whatever and we had to split up. And at the time, you know me, I was track star, superstar. I got away.
Popular track
And
star. Yeah.
he didn't chase Miranda. And I remember I haven't talked to her in so long, but she will.
Get her
she
on the phone.
will
Get on the podcast. Let's
back
go right
up.
now. This is our new podcast. We're just calling people out, catching up.
Get Miranda immediately. No, I don't. I think I used to follow her on Instagram, but I haven't talked to her in years. But yeah, that's one of my wild stories in Harlingen. But creepy. Too much. That's too much.
That sounds very deep, dude. Very freaking creepy.
If
Very.
it was really hot buff. I don't know. Just kidding. That is still creepy.
Don't touch me there. This is my no square. No, don't touch me there.
I'm looking for a new host, Lee. Hey, maybe you could be the new host, Lee. What do you say?
I was gonna ask you that.
Because like,
I was
okay.
I was gonna ask you. No, let
Okay,
me.
Go ahead.
Always interrupting
Go ahead.
me. I'm gonna talk now. You're looking for a new host. That's all you're gonna say. How's that going?
Co-host? No, nobody. I mean, there's one,
Nobody?
but I've reached out because, I mean, the podcast stuff they did isn't though. I don't I never meant to be solo. Like, because I don't feel like there's not a lot of people who watch me speaking to your microphone. As you said before, when you said you're listening to a podcast by myself, you're like, what the hell is he talking about? You know what I mean? I feel like a podcast should be more than just one person. Like, it's just, I never meant it to be just me. I never meant it to be me. I'm not, my ADHD brain can't handle being, I guess, having a conversation by myself in a room.
I think I think maybe in your particular case, maybe it's right. I mean, it's not terrible. You don't have anyone to reel you in. You don't have anyone to be like, Trey, come back over here.
Yeah.
But I listened to podcasts where it's them alone. One particularly where she does her makeup while she's saying a true crime, whatever. But the point is, she has a topic to focus on, like her thing, her not just a topic. It's like her thing. You know what I mean? Where she's just telling
a normal person. She doesn't have ADHD.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We don't know. Maybe she has it more under control than you do. But you probably your particular personality probably benefits more a host. Now, what I don't understand is why has no one stepped up on your Facebook? You made that post a while ago, and all your so-called friends. This is online. You don't have to be in Austin. You don't have to be in Austin.
There's one person that reached out, Nathan.
And it's once a week.
I don't know
for 1
hour. Go ahead.
It's once a week for 1 hour. What you got doing? What's going on?
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you. Fake friends, fake ass friends. Call them out. Say all. Let's go to your Facebook list. I'm gonna call them all out right now. Just kidding. Okay. So someone reached out. Are they potential? You're just like maybe not.
I haven't reached back out because I haven't talked to him forever. So, and again, I don't know if he's being serious or not, or just cheesing.
Hey, you don't know. You don't know what the chemistry will be. You don't know what it might be great, and you can just be like, let's try it out, and then you can just be like, the listeners aren't feeling it. Sorry, we're gonna cut you.
Yeah, but and then back to square one. So it's like, geez, you know what I mean?
I guess I'm calling out Joel right now. One afternoon on Sunday on this, this guy needs you.
He's a family man. He has like 2 jobs. He has a house. He has 2 kids.
I hate
He's
that.
a busy guy.
No, I hate that. No, he has no. Make time for your friends. If you can't handle whatever, no, I don't use that. I don't like that excuse. He's married. He's got kids. Maybe the 2 jobs thing. Maybe I'll give him that one. But married and kids, you chose that's on you. No, that is not no. Podcast every year they update their art. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying like they make a different.
I like how you say like, let's shit on Trey and his podcast and his failures at the end of the podcast. Like, you're nice, great conversation the entire time, but like at the end you're like, and get shit on.
Loosen up. I'm loosening up. I'm like opening up. Now it's the end. Now I'm ready to spill the beans. Okay.
So I get it. There's a lot to work on, but like I said, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's just having a 1-person podcast.
It's tough, and I see that you're struggling from your posts because you tell us you're struggling.
Yeah.
So
I feel
but
transparency is the best, but it's still like.
I just want to let you know that I feel like most people are struggling in their own way. It's something. Everyone's struggling. Maybe not with the podcast. Maybe mine's gonna go off without a hitch. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, yours is gonna go skyrocket, and you were like,
I
did a podcast on that shitty. Is it though? Remember?
No, I'll come back.
Right. Yeah, couldn't even plug your podcast. You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna plug mine. I'm not gonna plug it. And plus, mine is like more like, no offense, Trey.
Here we go.
No offense, who's listening. It's more like the gay world is just like so much more like interesting and fun. Like, sorry, and so that's where I'm gonna be able to like blossom a little bit more. And here I can't be talking about what I want to talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
You get it.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Fun fact. My first roommates here when I moved to Austin was a gay couple. I was in that world for a while.
Lesbians?
No, gays.
Oh.
Can I say that? Am I canceled?
Yeah. Gay sounds bad.
Yeah. Can I say that?
Yeah, no, the only reason
Yeah,
why I
but
said
no, like I lived with them for like about a year and a half, and they took me all to like Wall Street, see drag shows. It was pretty fun. No lie.
interesting. That is very interesting. So a lot of people are like, "Oh no, man, no, none of that gay shit, man." And it's just like,
It's
let
pretty.
me tell you something.
Let me
Let
say
me
something.
tell you something.
I would-
Let me tell you something. Whoever's listening out there, if you turn gay by just walking into a gay bar, then, well, I don't know what I'm gonna go with this, but you can't. That can't happen.
You're
You
not
can-
gonna like as a straight man.
You
Like,
can
I
wear
like listen.
you can listen to Britney Spears. You can have gay friends. That is not gonna
gay.
make you.
It's not gonna make you gay.
That is not.
I'm not gonna make you gay.
I am happy to come back as a guest judge to
Yes.
a guest judge, a guest to spice up the podcast a little bit whenever you need it.
Right.
People are gonna love this episode. I think
I hope
people are like,
It's gonna be a
Where the
long
f-
one.
where the fuck did Lee go? I think a lot of people are like, what? I went.
Yeah.
You never asked me, by the way. But let's finish off the segment of where I've been a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you never asked.
Well, I was
Yeah.
going to, but then we went off in a whole like 45-minute tangent. Lee. That's all.
What happens when you don't have a topic to talk about?
Lee,
You can't just be vibing. You can't just be vibing because then
but I
we'll,
feel like
we'll
we're
go off.
vibing. People listening be vibing. People watching be vibing. Because like people like when they have like specific tough podcasts, I feel like people are just more inclined to like not want to listen because I think a podcast should be like more like a fly on the wall of a conversation versus. And now in C Block, we're talking about fences.
Well, hang on. Yes and no. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I'm like, I want to be. I was being nice.
You've been brutally honest. Start
So
time. You're like,
I've been
"Hey,
peeling back.
your podcast sucks. You need to update your art. You can't handle being in a podcast on your own.
You said that. I was
You have
agreeing
great
with
friends. You have, that's basically what you said. Go on.
I've been peeling back the layers.
Peel it back.
Here's another layer. There were times it was like, what do you call it? The table talk? That little table talk? Where you guys had the big table and it was the three of y'all with coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Which I think was very cozy, but y'all were aimless and there was dead air. And I was like, where's the outline? Where is the topic? Where is the coordinator? What's going on? Mama, what's happening here? What is that? So although I do agree that if it's extreme, people were like, but I think that a general topic outline could benefit.
But we
Let
have
me
been
look
talking
down
about
like,
topic, though. We're talking about
Huh?
high school. We're talking about
this is a
drama.
topicless one. Topicless topic.
The topicless. This is the topicless.
Topless.
This is the topicless topic. I can speak podcast. Okay, we hit topics. It's organic and boom. So now, with that being said, Lee, what have you been up to these years? How did you end up in New York? How'd you go from Austin? No, how'd you go from the Valley? How'd you go from the 956, the 512 to area code of New York?
956 to 361, actually, which is Corpus Christi.
Oh,
I went there for college. By the way, just so you know, we're running over. You know what? No. No. It's like, it's your debut back. It's going to be a 2-hour pod. And you're going to leave everything in, except bleep out the. Okay, but it's going to be a little bit longer than normal. Okay. To the 361, I went to Corpus Christi for college, graduated, and then
Corpus
I
Christi
came
University.
Texas A&M.
I was gonna go there, but
What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, money.
Not money,
Money.
but like there wasn't a degree that I wanted to do. Like there was, like, some like I forgot what it's called. Anyways, not important. Like aqua engineering or something like that. But
Yeah. The thing is, like, one of the reasons why you were like, "Well, I didn't continue earlier." One of your reasons was money, and to me, I was like, I mean, that's a lot of people's reasons, and it's expensive, and no one wants to have loans. But some people, like myself, are like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take out all the loans. I'm gonna take all, and I'm gonna go further because it's rigged against the poor people. It is, and so I'm just like, I'm gonna just do what I have to do. And right now, AOC is talking about canceling all student loans. Hopefully, it actually works. They're starting with 20,000 already. Maybe it'll be the whole thing. And guess what? My bleep that will be out. And guess what? Now I got the degrees. Okay, but I understand it's there was no indication, there was no guarantee that it'll happen. So whatever, you know what I mean? But so I went to Corpus Christi, and then after I went back home for a little bit, like a month or two, and then I went to Galveston, Texas, to do a post-bac, working in a lab at the University of Texas Medical Branch, working with viruses. Actually, coronavirus, one of the previous ones. This was 2013. I didn't cause this. This was way back then. And plus, I had to like it's highest clearance. Then after that, I
So hold on, I have to say this. So you're saying I could put on my southern white accent real quick. Forgive me. So you're saying that COVID was made in the lab if you're working on it in 2013? Are that's what you're trying to say?
Don't do all that. You're spreading misinformation. COVID can be isolated in the lab from the outside.
So you're saying COVID was around in 2013? That what you
there have been many COVIDs previous. There's been SARS-CoV, MERS-CoV, now there's COVID-19. They're all coronaviruses.
There you go.
But they've been like in the East. They've been in the East.
Yeah, I just had to throw that in there because I know it's gonna be somebody being like, well, you get
for everybody out there, for everybody, come at me, please, because I love going to like on Reddit, RGV. Some people are just
Man, Lee, you want all the freaking smoke. I like it. I love that. Go ahead.
Whatever people are just like stupid, and you know what? That's fine. It's not about stupidity. It's about not being informed. That's all. Let's call it that. I would love to say stupid, but you know what? I'm not gonna dog on people like that. Okay, so then I did the post back for a year in Galveston. Woo, that's a small town. That is a very small town.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I'm not gonna get into that. I went to Austin. From 2014 to 2017. I was dating somebody, and then that ended in 2017. And then I went back to the Valley for like a year and a half, which time felt like it was standing still.
Yep.
I was living with my parents, and I love my parents. I love my mom and my stepdad. So much fun, but it was like I mean, I'm in New York City. Like I feel like I'm the kind of person that's like, I need to get out of here. I need to do something. I need to be with people. I need to go hang out. I need to do things.
I wish I had
and
that.
And I was what?
I wish I had that. Working on that, Lee. I'm trying to be like that.
Well, I mean, a lot of time passed, and so I was like, what am I doing? And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school. I don't care, and I'm gonna apply for a master's in public health. And I found one in New York City, and that's where I wanted to go. And at the time, I was trying to do like back in the day, I was trying to do med school, but I didn't have the resources. And I came out in college, and I was really, really depressed after that. And all my scores went down a little bit. I believe that. And then
still a lot smarter than me. Brother.
Yeah, and then you can raise it. Okay, and then I went to New York City. I've been here ever since. I got my degree like last year, and I work at a hospital, and now this is an exclusive for all the listeners and people actually know here. I'm applying to law school. I'm applying to Columbia Law School, which is like I think number 5 in the country. I applied last year on a whim, and I got on the wait list for Columbia, and I was really proud of that. And so it's like I'm gonna apply again, and I'm gonna really try this time. And now we're gonna wait and see.
Law school?
Yeah.
Wow,
Law school.
Way to make me feel super inferior, dude. You're out here,
huh?
Go get it. The way to make me feel like more super inferior. Like I feel like a lazy person because you're like more like go, and like I wish I had that, man. It's pretty good, man.
I will say that
you got a master's degree, now you're in law school. It's like go get her, like fuck it attitude, like just go for it.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, if you want something, So one of the things that held me back after 5 years or like whatever in Austin, I was like, oh, I'm too old. Like I'm too old. But let me tell you something, Trey. If anyone listening, if one of your fears is that like, oh, I'm already too old, it's already too late, to like go back to school or try something different or go for a new career change, you're going to be 40, 50, 60, no matter what. It's gonna happen no matter what. So if you want to go and change it and be something else or go for something else, then you might as well do it because that time's coming anyway. So just go for it. Don't be scared. And I was scared for a long time. And so, I'm gonna just go for this master's and I'm gonna go for law school. And it's never too late to change or do whatever you want to do. And yeah, here I am. Thanks for asking. Thank you. Thank you. That was very considerate of you for asking me.
That's how we do a podcast. That's how we do a podcast. So from law school, so when you get to law school, so from there, another 4 years?
No, it's only 3 years.
3 years?
It's only 3, which is bomb. I'll only be like 35 or whatever. Yeah, it's fine. I feel like the peak age would be like 45, and then I will still be like working until what, 60, 65?
Yeah.
Like it's still the 20, 25, 30. It's still going to be a lot. Like
30,
it's
70,
fun.
20, dog. 30, 70, 20.
I don't know what you just said. What?
So 30 is a new 20. It's a joke.
40 is a new. Yeah.
But it didn't work.
It didn't work. It's okay.
So
yeah, that's
podcast.
that's been me. And then so I deleted Facebook in 2014, and I recently got it back like in 2020, and I just kind of peaked here and there. Just kind of peaked on. I don't. Facebook is so useless, I think. But then lately,
I'm not gonna lie. But I keep it because that's how I can promote the page. I can't delete my Facebook and keep the page.
The pod
page.
Excuses.
So
I don't know. But I lately I've been like kind of like going back and stalking everybody in high school and be like, what the fuck is going on with you? What's going on with you? What's going on with you? I don't think anybody remembers me if they're not friends with me like on Facebook. I don't post on Facebook. Every once in a while I'll comment on somebody's little thing, but I'm just like, what happened to you? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. What happened to you? Oh, okay. Successful. Jealous. You know what I mean? What happened to you? Oh, okay. Yeah. That pans out.
So basically, you just go on and just talk shit the entire time.
I'm not gonna say what panned out because you know what?
I'm thinking of who you saw.
Everyone's living their life, and as long as they're happy, who cares what I think? Who cares what I think? You know what I mean?
But you're Lee, though.
Yeah, but who cares what I think? I will think it, and I will think, and I will have that opinion, but it's just my opinion. So, I also didn't say anything. Also, I didn't give any specifics on what.
Wow. I mean, there's a lot to be cut, but you just said a lot. You took some shots in there.
I took a few shots on this pod, but no one that didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? Actually, if the fans want a little bit, just a little bit, because I don't want to drag this person's name. Oh no!
Drag many names this podcast, Lee. Like this is a perfect Halloween podcast, 2-hour podcast, because you're just
Halloween
fucking Jason just killing people.
This is not. If it was Halloween, we would have talked about scary movies. We would have talked about what we're dressed as. We would have talked about scary stories. We would have talked about
scary stories.
Favorite candies.
I have scary stories. Favorite candies, but
this is not
I
Halloween.
don't like watching scary movies. I am that guy. I don't like watching scary movies. I don't want to get paid. I don't want to pay somebody so I can be scared. That's stupid. I think it's stupid. I can feel the judgment. It's in your face.
Okay.
See, right there. That what you just did is perfect. What happened in high school? I would tell you something, and then you make that face right there, that frustrated, like.
Well, now I remember. Well, now I remember why.
Yeah.
Well, now I remember why.
Why?
This whole situation. This whole little. Okay. No. Okay. Let me tell you my story now. Okay. If you need to bleep the name, but I don't think so because it's not really dragging there. So the only little piece of drama that I had I mean, I'm sure I had a lot, but one that I can remember was, so I told you I came out in my senior year of college.
Yeah.
But what most people don't know is that I almost came out my senior year of high school. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I knew. I knew at that time. Actually, junior year of high school. I almost came out at that time because
I thought it was known though. I thought it was known. Like I always had a feeling.
You always knew? No, nobody knew.
Yes, I always had a feeling in middle school. Like I had a feeling.
Not that it's bad. Not that it's bad.
Like I always
but
had a feeling. Like okay, like cool. So I didn't in my head. I didn't think it was like, oh my god. I was like, cool. Who cares?
Interesting, because everyone was like, "No, I didn't know at all."
I knew.
Oh, but Trey, if you know what, I'll
I
buy
didn't
it. You're the one ADHD observant wallflower who's like noticing the smallest little things. Maybe you are.
What me?
Because I tried really hard to hide that.
No, I
So like, there's no way. There's no way.
because we talked a lot in middle school. Like we never talked like during like lunch, but it was after school. I feel like we were always waiting. Like I feel like by the tennis courts, my hallway, the stadium was right here. I feel like we were
Yeah, but I wasn't like
same
singing
spot.
Britney Spears.
No,
while
but you know, I don't know.
I love Britney.
Yeah, but I feel like I knew because it was me, you, Ryan, they're talking. I felt like I always knew, but I never like made a big deal about it. It's like pretty cool. Like,
Interesting. Well, anyway,
anyways,
I had a really big crush on
do the name. Him?
Okay, first of all, you can't be like, what? Why him? Because you're not into guys, so you can't see
Okay.
what I see.
Okay, yeah, true.
You wanted it to be like a Brad Pitt in our school. Like who? Everyone's ugly.
Well, it's
Everyone's
my straight
ugly.
brain, Lee. My straight brain's like think that. Okay, go.
Everyone's frumpy. Everyone's ugly. Everyone's acne ridden, and everyone's just awkward.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because I like people's personalities. Okay, it wasn't about the looks. Oh, that's shady to him. That's not. I don't.
High school, Lee.
Whatever.
Not gonna know. He's not gonna know. Then please.
I remember I eventually told him, and it didn't go well. And he wasn't mad. He wasn't a bitch about it. Like he was like, I'm gonna tell everybody. And I was so afraid of that. But there was like a little rejection. And I remember in the end of junior year, I was like really, really depressed, really sad.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then we just stopped being friends because of course, it's like, well, I can't be friends with you anymore. Like, whatever. I don't even know if I told him. I don't even know. Whatever. But yeah, that ended up, and then I actually started being friends with like. And it was weird. Like in high school, I mean, in senior year, I was like friends with like Albert and Zach. Oh God, if there's someone I didn't hate more was Zach. Zach, do you know Zach? He was like in. You don't know anybody. This was not band. This was orchestra.
Yeah.
I just didn't like him. I didn't like him. I didn't like anything about him. He just and then Julian. You remember Julian?
Yeah, I think so.
Julian.
He was dating
Who? Yeah,
that Julian.
I think so. Jesus Christ. If anyone I hated more than Zach was Julian. Both of them. They're just at the time. They were the worst human beings on the entire planet. I don't know how to say it to you. They just were terrible people. They were just there, and I don't know. They were just awful. They were just awful and obnoxious. And anyway, but I'm sure they're great people now. Whatever. Like at the time, I didn't like them. Who knows what they're like that?
Burying them.
That's my little piece of drama that I had. I was like really sad junior year, and then it was
Can I
really
ask
easy.
something? Okay, well, as we're wrapping up.
No, Trey.
Can I ask something?
It was never. No, I never saw you that way.
No, not that question. No, I was gonna ask.
Cut that
like, yeah, okay. I was gonna ask. Why did you wait so long to come out? Like, why did you wait till senior year in college?
Because people are brutal, and it's also like you don't know how people are gonna react. You don't know how your family's gonna react.
Did your parents
And I was already
first, or did you tell your parents first, or is it
Yeah.
you wait till then?
and they were fine, as I thought they would be.
Mm-hmm.
Completely fine, completely supportive. But it's like you never know. People get disowned. People get thrown out. People get whatever cut off. You never know. And I was like, I can't handle that in high school. Oh, I could not. People in high school, people you care so much what people think about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say what you say. If anyone says they don't, that's not true. Now, maybe some people care way more than others, but people still care.
Yeah.
And it's
Still
like,
affects you.
oh, there was no way. There was no way.
Well, in high school, yeah, but what about college? Like I was asking, why'd you wait till senior year in college? Like, why not freshman year college or
because
sophomore?
I didn't know anybody, and I was starting to make friends, and I made great friends, and it's like I don't know if this will like put a damper. I already have some great friends,
Mhm.
and then I was like, I've known these people for like 3 years already, and they're my really good friends. And every single person was fine with it when I came out. Every single person in my life was fine. I don't know. I also posted on Facebook. Who knows if anybody in high school was like, who cares? I don't care. But people in my life, every single person was fine with it except for one person who was my absolute best friend at the time. That was bad. Sucks. But people are, people are small minded,
Mhm.
and you can't help that.
Is there anything you want to say?
To end the podcast?
The podcast. Is there anything you want to say after shitting on me after, or like, and then
I think this was enough to like jolt you to like to galvanize you to continue the podcast. And also
go ahead.
Lee Rodriguez, one Lee Rodriguez as a guest. People might start turning their heads and like, you know what? I want to guest too. You know what? I'm gonna watch this video.
Well, after
You know
you
what?
call them out, like you're like oh, you have all this fake friends on Facebook.
I didn't. Oh,
Yeah. They know
quote me. Fake. Trey needs help.
Thank you, Lee.
He needs help.
Thank you, Lee. Putting this out there, Lee. Thank you.
I have nothing to say. It was really good catching up with you. If you feel, here's what I will say. If you feel you need another guest, 'cause I can talk about anything, everything, anytime, anywhere. Or if you find a permanent host and every once in a while the host is like, oh, I'm sick. Oh, I gotta, whatever. You need a replacement host. You know how they do on podcasts.
Yeah.
I can step in on that too. But I'm not gonna be your main host. I'm not a good fit for it.
I mean, you say that, but I get what you're from. I get what you're from. You're a big star. You got your own podcast to do. That's where you could be free and stuff. I get it. Like, get it.
Who knows? Who knows what the future might bring? Maybe I'm just what this podcast needs. That's my closing thing. It was great talking to you. It was great catching up. Have you back anytime, just not constantly, not as an everyday thing. You can find me on Instagram. Find me.
I'm gonna post it.
My name's not on it, and the username is right here.
Boom.
And that's it. I'm on Facebook too, but whatever. And I'm on Twitter. I'm on Reddit, but I'm a lurker. And that's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
OGs?
Huh?
OGs? All good? OGs?
Oh, there's one in Times Square. Okay, everyone's they think I'm trash because it's like you're in New York City. La, la, la. I travel to Times Square just to have garden.
What?
Like often.
You're in the home of you can find good homemade pasta, and you're going to OGs.
No. That's what I'm saying. People judge me. I don't care. Everyone come for me.